yesterday the UBOs came a step closer to being reality in boxing. Still gotta go through the Senate, still get signed off by the president, but they make it to the president. It's getting signed off. And his quick opinions on it, you know what I mean? And people think this is horrible for boxing, and really is horrible for the fighters. Most likely this is bad for the fighters. Top 10 fighters are not going to get paid in the future what they get paid today. That's the truth. Anyone saying otherwise is kidding themselves. But to say it's horrible for boxing, I don't see it that way. I think that when we watch football, we watch NFL. You watch baseball, you watch the MLB. If you watch basketball, you watch the NBA. There's no competition for them. And it's easier to find, it's easier to follow, it's easier to track. So it's better for the sport. Those sports become bigger because it's simpler. It's all funneled into one thing, and that's just obvious. Like that, of course, that's gonna be better for the sport. And if that happens to boxing, that'll be much better for people to view boxing. It'll be easy for people to view boxing. More people will view boxing. That's the truth of it. So it's not bad for boxing. Now, another thing is that people say, oh, well, this is just for Zuffa to take control of boxing, right? Well, I mean, Zuffa, that's Zuffa's plan. I don't think they've been trying to hide that. Yeah, that's their plan. They get this passed. They have the first UBO. They got like the TV deal right there. They're in place for this, yes. But this isn't MMA. See, the UFC took over in MMA. It wasn't because they had competition. It was just they were the first to market. They were the ones that created the path for it. So it's not, people saying this UFC is nothing like UFC. This is nowhere near the similar to what UFC has. They were the first to market. They controlled the path in the US. There was nothing. They became the Coca-Cola of it. Okay, that's what it is. So this is nothing like MMA. So it's they want to be a UFC, but it's not the same market. It's not the same. It's not going to just be like they pass UBO and Zuffa controls what's going on. That's not the case here. So what you're going to have here is you're going to have a competition, right? You're going to have a competition in the market where Zuffa doesn't control all the fighters. They don't control the main fighters. They don't control 90% of them. They don't control 10% of them. So the fighters are still spread out. These promotions are established, can start a UBO, and this we're gonna see a legit competition and in the marketplace for someone to take control. The people that are declaring that this is a victory for Zuffa and it's game over, I think you're jumping the gun there. I've always said the UBO is here to stay once it comes. That's gonna stay. Who's gonna be the UBO to go to? That's up in the air. That is not a guarantee, right? And I mean, you got all these guys going to DAZN. Maybe they got something up, they got something up their sleeve. But I'm just saying right now, UBO, once it passes, it is here to stay. That will be the way it goes for the business of boxing. But who controls it? I think people are jumping the gun on that. We don't know how that plays out.